My Hebrew brothers and sisters, 12 tribes of Israel scattered all over the earth. Welcome back. This year, Moreh Yeshu. We just want to take this moment to thank you for your subscriptions, your likes, your comments, and your prayers. I also want to take this moment to say Happy New Year. This is a date in our calendar. It's called Abib or Abib. This is a day. The name was given to the month while the Hebrew Israelites were in Babylon. After they came out of Babylon, they changed it from Nisan, from Abib to Nisan. But we know that this is the first day of the month, or the first month. Okay, this is the first month, and today is the first day of the month, and I want to say Happy New Year to you. I just have some scriptures that I want to read on this occasion, because many people are, somewhat confused as to what this day is. We know that it is the first month, and it is also the first day of the month, and this is of our Hebrew Israelite calendar. If you read in some places, you're going to say the Jewish calendar. Okay, so some places you'll see where it said the Jewish ecclesiastical calendar. Okay, so we are not Jews, we are Hebrew. Okay, and so we're looking at it from the standpoint of the message that was given to our leaders, to Moses and to Joshua and the different ones, okay, that Yahuwah commanded them concerning this day. As a matter of fact, it was on this day that, the 15th, it was the 15th of the month, on Abib, that they came out of Egypt. The first day was the day when they were supposed to go and get the animal, for the Passover. Remember, they kill the animal and to put the blood all over the doors of the house, so that when the death spell come, death was coming through, it would not touch them, it would pass over them. Okay, so we're going to be talking about Abib. Okay, there are a couple of things that I want to say about this day, because from the time they leave, okay, it was considered the first month in the Hebrew Israelite calendar. It was in this month that the Passover was instituted. It was in this month that, our Hebrew Israelite ancestors, they depart from Egypt. It was in this month that the tabernacle was set up. It was on this month that, the Hebrew Israelite people arrived in the wilderness of Zin, and they enter Canaan in this month also. So in this month, when they enter Canaan, remember that Jordan was overflowed, right? Right. So let's look at some scriptures as to what Yahuwah commanded the Hebrew Israelite people as they were leaving, getting ready to leave Egypt. Okay, let's look at some scriptures. We're going to read some scriptures, okay? Because it is important, how we see this month, and how we look at the month, how we behave during this month. Okay? All right? Because next few weeks, it's going to be Passover and Feast of Unleavened. And so, you know, we need to look at it. Okay, look at it. Remember I said, after they left Babylon, you know, the name was changed to Nisan. I don't know if because they were in Persia, the Persian language is a little different from you know, they speak Farsi. In Babylon they speak Aramaic. So it could be that from that moment that it changed after they got into Persia, and when Persian Empire took over. Okay, but looking in Exodus chapter 12 verse 2 with me, because it said it reads, and we want to look at the meaning of Abib. Okay, this month shall be unto you the beginning of months. So it was the first month of the year. This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Okay? So, you know, we using the Gregorian calendar, and even though the month, you know, is close to the month of April, is, you know, corresponding with April, it is not the same. Okay, it's not the same. That's not our calendar. Okay, look. As the Passover was instituted, and our Hebrew Israelite ancestors, they departed from Egypt. Okay, and in Exodus 23 verse 15, we want to look at that verse. Look at that verse. It said, "Thou shalt keep the feast of unleavened bread. Thou shalt eat the unleavened bread 7 days, as I commanded thee." It said, "in the time appointed of the month Abib." So apparently Abib was being used then. Okay, and it was used, okay, for it is, for in it thou camest out of Egypt. For in it, so like I said, it was used, okay, it was used in Babylon. It was used before they went into Babylon. It was used while they were in Babylon. When they came out of Babylon, it was changed to Nisan. Okay. It says, so they came out of Egypt, and none shall appear before me empty. So when we go before Yahuwah, we should not appear before empty. Should not appear. It said, none shall appear to me empty. Okay? All right? And look at another verse. Look at another verse with me. Deuteronomy 16, verse 1. And this is what it said. "Observe the month of Abib, and keep the Passover unto Yahuwah thy Elohim. For in that month, in the month of Abib, Yahuwah thy Elohim brought thee out of Egypt by night." And in Exodus 40 and verses 2 and 17. Okay, listen to what it said here. It said, "On the first day of the first month shalt thou set up the tabernacle of the tent of the congregation. And in verse 17, he said, and it came to pass in the first month, in the second year, and the first day of the month, that the tabernacle was reared up. And then Israelites, or Hebrew ancestors, they arrived in the wilderness of Zin. Okay? And in Exodus 20, in verse 1, he said, then came the children of Israel, even the whole congregation, into the desert of Zin in the first month. And the people abode in Kadesh, and Miriam died there and was buried there. So she died and was buried in Kadesh. You remember Miriam, okay? Was Moshe's sister, Aaron's sister. She was the one that complained about Moshe marrying to the lady from the land of was referred to as Ethiopia, but that place is not Ethiopia. That place was where Moses went in the backside of the desert, where he met them, and you know, where Jethro, her father, was a priest. Okay, Midian, the land was called Midian. All right. Okay, and then look in Joshua 4 verse 19. He said, and the people came up out of Jordan on the 10th day of the first month, that is Abib, and encamped in Gilead. In Gilgal, and encamped in Gilgal, in the east border of Jericho. And we see also Jordan overflow. In Chronicle, 1 Chronicles 12:15, it said, these are they that went over Jordan in the first month, when it had overflown all its bank, and they put to flight all them of the valley, both toward the east and toward the west. That means people were coming at them, the enemies were coming at them, and they put them to flight. So powerful Yahuwah's hand was in watching over our ancestors, watching over his children, his people. Praise his holy name. Praise his name. So we see here that, you know, these are verses that tells us of the importance of the first month of the year, Abib. And you know, some people celebrate it as the first month, you know, because there was a time when the corn and the barley was coming in, you know. Many people, there's literally the day, you know, in some rendition is literally the ears of barley. As a season, you know, celebrated as a season. Some people don't celebrate the Passover, you know, and don't care about the Passover. They care more about the crop, you know. And some celebrate it as, you know, the beginning of, you know, the season of the beginning of the barley, you know, crop, and because the grains at that time start ripening, you know, and you know, it was a time of the year when they start gathering the grain. If you want to read some more about this grain thing here, and you know, you can go on the wiki, what do you call it? Wikipedia, Wiktionary, Wiktionary reference, okay, because they always put stuff out, okay, so you can go on, if you want to do some reading on that, you can do that, okay, but don't confuse Passover with April and Easter, because that's what happened. This is what the Christians did. You know, they didn't want to keep these days. So what they do, they invent their own, call them Easter, a paganistic holiday. And we're entering to the paganistic time. And it's important, my brothers and my sisters, for us to keep our eyes open, keep our ears clear, and listen, and do not fall into, you know, the pit. Don't get to the point where you say, oh, okay, my sister, my brother, my mother, my uncle, they celebrate Easter, so I'm going to go to Easter Sunday church. They're going to say Yeshua was raised on Easter Sunday. Big lie. Don't listen to that. Because Yeshua was not raised on Easter Sunday. Okay? And so you're going to find a lot of that. It's coming around the time where you're going to see people start gathering eggs and coloring eggs, you know, setting up all kind of man-made stuff to celebrate a pagan holiday. Going to buy children new dresses, new shoes, you know, new handbags. You're going to find them dressing up with like bunny rabbit. What rabbit has to do with, you know, the death and burial and resurrection of Yahushua? Nothing. But these are paganistic things that they brought in, you know, because they did not want to keep the days that Yahuwah said. And they didn't want to look like, you know, worshiping like, you know, so something that we used, you know. So what they did, they convert us to them and let us help them celebrate. And this is what happened. Many of our Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters, they are in these churches and celebrating all of these different things. But my brothers and my sisters, I just want to share a little bit with you. And again, let me say, Happy New Year. And I trust that as we move towards the next few weeks, as we celebrate, you know, the Passover and Feast of Unleavened Bread, that, you know, we're going to, you know, have our mindset in a place where Yahuwah can speak to us, and, you know, just going to thank Him, you know, for giving us that great gift, Yahushua, His Son. We ask that you will be a blessing to someone today, my brothers and sisters, and walk with the King. Shalom.